Breaking news. Juliet says if you were born in the ghetto, keep your ass there.
Anywhere not safe to live, comrades, live there. JLP's Juliet Holness. Juliet Holness, an MP for the ruling Jamaican Labour Party JLP, claims that anywhere that is not safe to live, comrades, live there, is a lament about how politics in Jamaica has been used to influence the selection of unfit places for human settlement. Holness was guest speaker at the party's Norbrook divisional meeting on Sunday at the Constant Spring Primary School in the St. Andrew North Central constituency that is represented by Labor and Social Security Minister Carl Samuda. Everywhere in my constituency that is unsafe to live, comrades, live there. You hear what me say? Everywhere in my constituency that is not safe to live, comrades, live there, said the MP of her St. Andrew East Rural constituency. Anywhere where river going to wash away, comrades, live there. Anywhere that is garbage dump, comrades, live there. And is not Labour Party, put them there, she added, acknowledging that the topic was an uncomfortable one. According to her, it is time Jamaicans assess who really cares about you. Because the places they, PMP, put people to live, they would never live for a minute. They would never want to visit and walk through. Holness, also a real estate developer, asserted. Her comments come in the middle of a firestorm over the demolition of unfinished houses on the outskirts of the Clifton community bordering the Greater Bernard Lodge development in St. Catherine. The settlement was taking place in St. Catherine Southern, a constituency represented by Fitz Jackson of the PMP. The demolition, authorized by Prime Minister Andrew Holness 2 weeks ago, has stirred mixed emotions among Jamaicans as debate rages about squatting. Juliet Holness is the wife of the Prime Minister. The case has also renewed a national argument about land access and ownership. Approximately 20% of Jamaica's population resides in squatter settlements. Just over 700 such informal settlements spread across Jamaica have so far been identified, according to the Squatter Management Unit, based in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, many of which are melting pots of Jamaica's most sinister social, political, and economic ills. Often these communities are also hotbeds for crime. Come on, Francis. All I can say is wow, but am I surprised? No. Juliet, I thought you was a queen and a lady. No ifs and buts or maybes, but I guess not. I really feel like Andrew put you up to this. I really do. Didn't I tell you to pray for that man? Ma'am, instead of praying for him, you're blaming the disenfranchised, the have-nots for their circumstances, as if the government doesn't play a role. Okay. Y'all don't know how to run a country. Why don't you just say that? The country is not only on decline because of the past, but because of what's happening in the present. Remember, your husband is the one that has been mandating medication that is killing teachers. That's your husband that did that. Are you going to speak about that? No, you're not going to speak about that. You're only having to explain yourself now because you realize, listening back to your words, how disrespectful it is to say things like, I would never live some of the places these people live. Well, you don't have to. Your degrees and your diplomas help you and enable you not to have to live like that. But there are people that do have to live the way you feel and deem so disgusting to live and be around, man. The places that your husband bulldozed down were not intolerable, were not unlivable. It was country. Nothing about that looked like the ghetto. Your husband did that because he probably wants to sell the land to the people that own the app that I'm on right now. Okay, the TikTok. Okay, the TikTok people. Now, stop acting like a black Karen. Okay, you need to do a 360 degrees and stop thinking that the degrees and the diplomas is going to fool anybody. Okay, college degree, it doesn't fool me. The big words don't fool me. You think that the sarcasm was going to go over on us? No, we understood what you were trying to say. It came off as you thinking you were better. And that's why you're here now trying to explain the dumb shit that came out your mouth.
Holding firm to her comments, which have caused a public stir recently, Member of Parliament and Deputy Speaker of the Lower House, Juliet Holness, says land isn't the issue in Jamaica. Poor political leadership from some is. The MP says there are acres of land across the country that are suitable for living. However, she says there is a structured way to go about seeking to use those lands. She says many of the issues crippling squatters are consequent to them being placed on lands without approval, taking away the opportunity for proper planning and zoning.
It doesn't make any sense for you to scatter persons in a place where they are not able to even get a road or a street to go to their home. And I have it in my constituency. To go to one house, I have to walk through another yard, which means there's never an opportunity for the telephone company to come, for the light company to come, for the fire truck to come. Never an opportunity. If the police needs to come because there's crime in the area, they can't get into the space.
Holness is challenging the PNP when developing communities to ensure the quality of the living spaces are good enough for even them to occupy. She says there's no point in providing housing without basic amenities. She boasts the houses built under the Prime Minister's social housing program are always up to standard.
They are concrete structures. There's a bathroom, there's a proper kitchen, there's bedroom. It makes me feel proud. I would live in a house like that.
The MP says the JLP also provides far more legitimate housing for Jamaicans.
Us being able through the NHT to provide 10,000 houses per year. Under the PNP, less than 2,000. So we do not want to face some of our history, and I do not want to dwell on the history. But I speak about the history because that helps to inform how we do better going forward.
You also need to stop spreading the narrative that the place that your husband bulldozed was a place that was being sold by some gangsters, because many of the people who lived there said they would live in there for years. Not 10 years, not 20, 30, 40, and 50 years. Stop the lies. It's also been proven on the news channel, because people came to speak about it, and I'll put the clip in, that shows that that land actually belongs to the people and that it's supposed to be distributed to the people.
Situation. Yeah, there's a misunderstanding as it relates to land, because I heard a lot of learned people calling it government land. Yeah. It's state property. Government are there to administer state affairs.
State's property, your state's affairs.
It's the people's land.
That's right.
But it doesn't mean that the people go take a 2 acre and occupy.
No, that is why the government is put to lead, to set up policies and programs.
Why are you lying? Why are you lying? Your husband is the Grim Reaper. He has done it in time for Halloween. I'm sure you're doing some type of seance somewhere, just like everybody else. Everybody wants to celebrate in their own way, do their own thing. It's not going to work for you. Okay? Because what you're doing is bad, honey. You know that. You're doing evil. And you're going to have to pay for it. Especially when people are praying for God to be their savior. Those of us that believe, those of us that know and believe, know that we're going to pray that you get caught up and get stopped. That's what we're going to pray. And you can keep lying, but understand you're going to be held accountable. Every time somebody speaks on the things you're doing that are wrong, and we show the proof of what you're doing is wrong, that's showing that you're a liar. And that we shouldn't believe you. It's only a matter of time before you get stopped. It's only a matter of time, man, because see, we don't work with the same spirit. The spirit you're working with is not the spirit I'm working with. You understand that? You're doing evil and thinking it's going to turn for good. But when you dig a grave, you better dig for two. And the other person is you, ma'am. The other person is you. Because, you know, a lot of people, since I spoke on you and your husband, have made comments about me not speaking on your husband because something's going to happen to me. Why would something happen to me? You should be worried about something happening to you. Okay? If my heart convicts me to speak on what you're doing and I see people going to lose their homes and I feel like I should say something, that's my right. I shouldn't have to be afraid of dying because I'm saying that what you're doing is wrong. You want to talk about people being squatters. Nothing about that countryside looked like squatters. People were paying good money to live there. And your husband tore it down because he probably wants to sell it off like he's doing the rest of the country. But good try, ma'am. So, I want you to understand something, Miss Juliet. Miss Juliet, keep trying to save your Romeo. Keep trying to save your Romeo, because you see what happened to Romeo and Juliet. You see how they ended up, right? Take the hint, ma'am. Take the hint, okay?
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you get what you're hoping for when you look behind you?